Hello and welcome to another edition of New Frontiers. My name is Helen and today I have brought you to the market town of Espinal to visit the Mercado Local. We're going to catch up with Alan from the Chilli Experience. Earlier in the week we paid Alan a visit and found out more about growing chilies and running a business in this part of Portugal. Let's find out more. Thank you, Alan, for taking the time to share your story with us today. Why don't you start by introducing yourself, where you're originally from, and describe your business.
Okay, so my name's Alan Stenhouse. I'm originally from Scotland, a place called Dunfermline, and I run a multifaceted business in Portugal called the Chilli Experience. Provide IT consultancy, but the main part that I get really excited about is the chilli farm that we run, and also our spice import business to support the needs of people that move to the country that can't find what they want for cooking.
Perfect. When did you come to Portugal?
That's a bit of a story. So we came on holiday in 2015, end of June 2015, and we thought, wouldn't it be nice to have a look, see what we could buy for the following year. Mm-hmm. We saw a couple of properties, saw this place, and went home, sold our house, moved out in October.
Wow.
So it was a very quick 4-month period of transition and moving out to a new country without much idea about what we were doing.
Sometimes it's best not to think about it too much.
You see all the posts on Facebook and people getting nervous about moving to a different country, but it's a challenge, and it's it was just at the right time. I'm glad we did it when we did it. It was the euro rate was 1.4, which was a big plus. The sun was shining, and we just felt it was natural.
Mm-hmm. So, was there a particular reason why you picked Portugal?
A couple of reasons. We've been to Portugal numerous years on the run, and we like it. We know the weather's good. The other thing as well, because we're both working remotely, it's the same time zone as well. So working with the UK business was good. Also, the climate for growing chilies was really, was right. So we felt that it was something that worked for everybody. Mm-hmm.
So did you always plan on starting this type of business in Portugal?
Yes. So before I moved out, I used to run a company called Spice of Fife, which was another chili organisation, but more focused on the production of different products. Whereas I wanted to get more into the growing side of things. So when we moved out here, started growing, realised that we could grow 3 times as much as we could in Scotland, get 2 or 3 different crops out of each plant in a season. The weather was perfect for growing, good long growing season. So we thought, yeah, it's the right decision. But then when you start living in a different country, you think, right, okay, you still got it back in your head things that you get back home that you can't get out here. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't until we started living here that we thought, how do you spice up food here? So we thought, right, okay, if I'm missing spices, other people will be missing spices as well. So then we moved into the spice market, and we started, with a selection of 10 different spice mixes to cater for people that liked Indian food, and then people kept asking for more and more different things, and it's now expanded into something that's probably 120, 130 different products across the spice range.
Mm. Has your business been well received by the local community as well?
That's a difficult question, because most of the time our clients are, probably 90% of the time, are people that have moved to Portugal. A lot of UK customers, you know, they want curry spices. The Americans want Tex-Mex products. A lot of people now moving from sort of like the Netherlands, South Africa, want different things as well. So most of my client base is non-Portuguese, but what we're now starting to see is a lot of younger Portuguese generations that have maybe been to the UK or America or Canada for work, or France, now coming back into the region, or even moving, because of COVID, moving out of Lisbon back into the country, back into family homes, and they're used to getting something that's a bit more spiced up. So we're definitely seeing a lot more Portuguese people being a little bit more interested in things like curries and things like that. But there's also, on the market stalls, you also see them talking about Jamie Oliver and some of the other chefs that they obviously get on TV, and you know, taking an active interest in the different spices that we provide. So because they've seen some of the chefs using it.
So the last couple of years during pandemic lockdowns have been quite challenging for a lot of businesses.
Yeah.
How have you coped and adapted to circumstances?
It was actually a real turning point for my business, actually, or certainly the spice business. The first thing that we did, we opened our online shop. So started selling everything online, either for people to do sort of like a contactless pickup here, or shipping out across the whole of Portugal. And that's generated a lot more business for me. It was just, you know, the markets all stopped. So it was an opportunity to do something a bit different. And it was a perfect storm for me, because it was something I was always wanted to do, but the market forced me to do it because of COVID. So our business grew exponentially because of it.
I love that. Everybody I've asked that question to has had a really positive experience.
Right.
Which is really interesting.
We also did a lot of car park drop-offs, you know,
Yeah.
and secret exchanging bags for cash in car parks and front of Bombay stations and things like that. So, yeah, but you know, it was a necessity. People needed their space, so
Exactly. Always find a way.
exactly. So yeah, we adapted quite well to changing circumstances.
Excellent. So, do you have any future plans for your business?
I do. So the first thing, or the next thing we're going to do is we're going to open a spice shop about 10 minutes from here in a place called Cabachos. And we'll have a full spice range, but what we'll also do is we're going to play a bit for the green card. We'll have the most popular spices in dispenser units, so that people can come with their own vessels, so that we're not using as much plastic. We've got to have used plastic for mail order and the markets that we do, but if people want 100 grams of turmeric or garam masala or cumin powder or whatever, we'll have it in dispensing units so they can bring their own jars and fill them up. So something quite different. And we've just changed the activities of the business so that we can, at some stage in the future, also move into the gin market. So try and bring a sort of like an infused chili gin to the market as well.
Exciting times ahead.
Keep changing, keep adapting.
And finally, do you have any advice for anyone thinking of moving to Portugal and starting a business?
Yes. A lot of it comes down to doing your research, work out what you want to do, know your product, know who your customer base might be, the demographic of the people that you sell to. Does it exist in Portugal? Know who your competitors are. You know, the competitors, but once you start to understand their business, you'll know if it's something that's sustainable. But yeah, it's doing your own research, speak to people, speak to your competitors, you know, see what they do, get to know them, where their market is. And I think the biggest bit of advice for people, not just moving out here, but the ones starting a business, you've got to put yourself out there, you've got to make yourself known, you've got to have presence. You can't just, you know, start a business and expect people to come to you. You've got to go and make business.
How can people get in touch with you?
Yep. Visit our website at www.thechilliexperience.com. We're on Facebook, Instagram, drop me a message. All my contact details are there. And I'd say hopefully the next couple of weeks, next month, we should have the spice shop open as well in Cabachos.
Brilliant, thank you very much.
No problem, thank you.
So a big thank you to Alan for showing us round and sharing his experience with us. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. I'm off to cool off now after that Chilli experience, so please make sure you join us next time as we'll be exploring some new frontiers.